And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. This afternoon we're watching and reacting to Chelsea FC versus LAFC. It does not look full. In the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 Group D, LAFC, well, that might just be because, well, the hard cam side don't look full. Chelsea playing LAFC. The one Club World Cup game will be live for today, of course. We'll be live for 2 Gold Cup games later, but don't worry, I'm here. I wouldn't say I cut it close, but Atlanta's hella empty. Well, that makes sense considering LAFC doesn't play here, and they just got in here. FIFA play themselves. Risklander, don't start acting like Pacharo. Don't do this. It's too damn early to rage bait me. I swear to God. Don't. It's too damn early. It's too damn early. Because they did. Surdam kicked. Surdam tried. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Chelsea FC contra LAFC, la Mundial de Clubes de la FIFA, fase de grupos, Grupo D. Starting 11s are as follows. For Chelsea, we have Robert Sanchez. The back four of Reece James, Tosin Adarabioyo, Levi Colwill, Mark Cucurella. Midfield 2, Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, Cole Palmer. And the front 3, Anoni Madueke, Jackson, Pedro Neto. How we doing, Dylan? Starting 11 for LAFC, we have Hugo Lloris. The back four, Sergei Palencia, Aaron Long, Eddie Segura, Ryan Hollingshead, Igor Jesus, Marky Delgado, Timothy Tillman, Nathan Ordaz, Jeremy Obobase, and Denny Bwanga for LAFC. This ain't London. It's not going to be full. It probably would have been full if they went to LA, though. Did you not see the Seattle and Miami games? If they put it in SoFi Stadium, it might have been full. I think Asugo will play. No. Delap, yes. Malo, yes. Tyreek George, yes. Maybe even Mark Gue. Dario Asugo, no. LAFC wearing their away white jerseys. When do you think Delap will come in? 60th minute at the latest. I could see halftime if Jackson just absolutely looks like an idiot. How we doing, Winvo? Marky Delgado walking out the Club World Cup. Jesus! 20 memberships gifted by Dylan. Jesus! Thank you, man. I can see it. Denny Bwanga probably gets one. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Winvo. 20 gifted memberships. Starting 11 for Chelsea. Robert Sanchez, The back four of Kukurea, Colwell, Adarabioyo, Reece James, Cole Palmer, Madueke, Jackson, Neto, and Lavia Caicedo will Palmer in the midfield. Starting 11 for LAFC, we have Lloris, Hollingshead, Segura, Long, Palencia, Igor Jesus, Tillman, Delgado, Bawanga, Bobasay, Ordaz. Playing forward. Yes, Alex. I really thought the stadium would be full because of Lyon fans, and they probably would have canceled their trip. Chelsea's playing their former rival, Lloris. Well, yeah, of course. I'm doing good, Specimen. Are you happy? I'm happy. Yeah, they're going to have pressure, but pressure's for tires. Score prediction? I'm going to say Chelsea. Honestly, I'm going to say Chelsea 3-1. I'm going to stick with it. Playing forward. And here we go. LAFC about to kick off. And here we go. We're ready to go. We're off. There we go. Playing forward. Here we go. I'm just going to say thanks to Dylan for the gifteds and then put the players on the list. You know what it is. We're off. There we go. Whereas Manchester United probably the farthest away team to be able to qualify for the Club World Cup, TFC would be more likely to qualify, and that's almost unheard of. Just 1 minute. LAFC playing around the back. Mreshka's a fraud. You do realize they won the Conference League, right? 2 minutes in. Playing forward. Cross in. Headed away by Neto. Okay, no, we may be bad. We may be bad. I understand that, Specimen. I don't blame you. I understand you're still hurting. You probably should be with how that game ended. Pacharo, do you think the milkman is always coming after people's wives? Yeah. Yeah. Milkman don't get scared. Milkman don't get scared. Yeah, milkman don't get scared. LAFC playing forward. Chelsea gets it back. Milkman don't get scared. Playing forward. Chelsea. Palmer plays it forward. Noni Madueke. What are you doing, man? How about take the damn shot? Now, that one was on Noni. Cucurella over the bar. I mean, he's better than frickin' Ange and Amarim, I guess. I mean, Enzo won a frickin' European Cup as well, so checkmate. Checkmate. Goal kick for Lloris. LAFC has special numbering on the back of their jerseys as well. So Miami's the only one who has the MLS fat numbering with the barely any split. Seattle had a special numbering. LAFC has something new, even though they wore the numbers that we thought they would wear against America. Kind of looks familiar. Like the LAFC writing kind of looks familiar to the Man United Cup printing. Speaking of Man United. Ish. It kind of does. Playing forward. Playing forward. Chelsea. Jackson shot saved by Lloris. Oh my God. Take him out! Give me Delap already. Yeah, I hope at the half Delap comes in. See, that's what I'm talking about. Jackson pulls shit like that. Delap better come in at 45 minutes. 46 minutes. Score prediction, 3-1 Chelsea. I'm sticking with it. To the point where I'm just going to say thank you to Dylan for the 20 gifteds. If you're on the list, welcome back. It's too many names to speak. Especially because I got to get this done quickly. So, there's a somewhat tight turnaround for the RSR. I'm so happy to have y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you stick around after a month. I got 20 of y'all. There's got to be some hold on. I'm only watching because we got robbed. I don't blame you. Y'all did. Frankie Amaya scores Toluca DNA. PSG beat Atletico 4-0. You know, you don't see, well, yeah, that's true. You can't find spoilers? Oh, yeah. Right. I almost made an ass on myself there, didn't I? So there's your spoiler. 4-0 PSG. There's your spoiler. Oh, right. I forgot. I forgot for like 5 seconds, yeah. Actually, I wonder how you experience spoilers. Yeah. Actually, I kind of wonder. Kind of wonder how you experience spoilers. 4-0. Dang. Longley is a fraud. Our debut game versus Chelsea. I wish it was Leon. Playing forward. I mean, yeah, MLS is MLS, but I was going to root for Chelsea either way in this game. But the Leon, I was looking forward to the Leon Chelsea game. I was looking forward to that. And then they took this away from us because, well, don't shit on Messi, but don't insinuate he's FIFA's golden goose. That was your screw up. But Messi, your screw up was you insinuated Messi was FIFA's golden goose. They can't have that. Also, don't be a dumbass and say, I went here so I could play the Club World Cup. Of course they're going to take it away from you. And it's going to look even more obvious when 4 years from now, somehow Man City and NYCFC both make this tournament. And they both are allowed to play. Or, as well, it looks obvious when Lyon was about, or I should say Crystal Palace. Lyon's also owned by Olympique Lyon, the French team, is also owned by John Textor. And they let Crystal Palace play the Europa League without any fixes. So you're telling me that they only use multi-propriedad laws when they have an agenda to push, yeah? Against you when it's agenda to push. Okay, I got it. Messi is, because you're right, Messi is. You're right, Messi is FIFA's golden goose, but when you open your mouth and say you want to be at this tournament, and then you open your mouth and shit on Messi, and just so happens your team's owned by the same team of another team who's in this tournament, of course they're going to use that against you, even though they've never prosecuted it before. I'm just saying. That's true, but that would never happen because, well, Lyon's got their own problems, first of all. Second of all, Botafogo probably won't be lucky enough to make the second one. Third of all, who knows if we'll own them by then. Fourth of all, I was using the Crystal Palace example because that's what just happened in the Europa League. Playing forward. Botafogo wasn't affected by that because Lyon or Palace didn't make this tournament. But Palace and Lyon both made the Europa League. Nicely done, UEFA. Both Red Bull teams are allowed to compete in the Champions League. Even Man City and Girona can, but Crystal Palace. Oh, Crystal Palace is in, though. Like, it all got swept under. I could have sworn Crystal Palace got confirmed in the Europa League. I could have sworn there was news saying, oh, Crystal Palace is fine. Maybe I was I could have sworn we finally got that news that they're fine. They're in. Maybe I was hallucinating. I don't know. I don't know how I would be, but what about Girona and City? Well, they played the Champions League together. I don't think they both played the Club World Cup together. Well, 12th minute. I don't know if Wrexham will ever win the UEFA Champions League. It'll be awesome if they do, but yeah, it would probably take that long. And referee's getting his shirt fixed? What? Or is it microphone? I'm not sure. Oh, there are some LAFC fans in Atlanta. Okay. Yeah, Madueke's good for a goal almost every game. Just after that, it doesn't happen. Twelfth minute. Playing forward. Chelsea. Sancho or Madueke? Ooh. Well, I mean, they made that choice. Madueke. Right now, probably Madueke. I mean, yeah, Sancho scored a European Conference League final goal, and Palmer overruns it. Neto cross, brought down. Noni! Oh, God. And here comes LAFC. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I want Sancho after that. I'm not sure. It's a customized jersey. And no, this is a 2019 jersey, so why would it be Diego Costa? He wasn't there. He was at Atletico, remember? Conte pushed him out. Remember, Conte pushed him out. He didn't play on this squad. This is 2019-20's jersey. This is, if I did have a player on it, probably would have been Tomori. Because back then, I don't have a player on it. It's my own name. But if I did have a player on this jersey, it would have been Tomori because he could have still played for Canada at the time. And then he chose England anyway. So I guess I'm lucky I put my name on it because that would have aged horribly. Why not Mason Mount? I never liked him in the first place. I always got Punk vibes off of the man. And then I was right when he went to Man United. He reminded me of the football version of Mitch Marner. Mason Mount. Oh, I just realized Mitch Marner, Mason Mount. They're both scrawny punks. They're both scrawny, punk-ass punks who are money-driven, money-grubbing assholes. Does Mason Mount have a dad who's a pageant dad, or is that just Mitch Marner? Suffice it to say, I always felt like Mason Mount was a punk. And he's not proper Chelsea because he went to Man United of his own volition. I never liked him in the first place. What about Giroud? That would have been a good one, but LAFC gets the draw. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, it sounds like they want to remodel Stamford Bridge. I don't know why you do that. It's good as it is. Money, I know money, but it's good as it is. Stamford Bridge is Stamford Bridge. He wouldn't score on Chelsea. Don't do this to me. Well, I don't want to see Giroud's old ass play Chelsea. I like Giroud. Seeing Giroud play for LAFC hurts me. Giroud was the last worthwhile striker Chelsea has had. He's the last striker worth a damn Chelsea has had until Liam Delap. In between Costa and Delap, it was Giroud. Shot, save. Palmer blocked. Timo Werner sucked. Lukaku sucked. Jackson sucks. Tammy was okay. Tammy Abraham was okay. Murata sucked. Higuain sucked. Murata still sucks, but he doesn't play for Chelsea. At least he never went back to Chelsea. He's went to Madrid twice. Murata, since he left Chelsea, went to Madrid twice, back to Juve, back to Atletico. João Felix is on the wing. He's not a striker, but he sucked, yeah. Especially the second time. First time, no. Second time, yes. I'm talking about strikers. Liam Delap, he'll be fine. Liam Delap's going to be amazing. I have no worries about that. Liam Delap is going to be amazing. I don't care he's wearing the number 9. He's going to be amazing. Jackson sucks. Lukaku sucked. Higuain sucked. Giroud, that man was good. It sucks to see him get old. It sucks to see him look like a waste of space. Because I like Giroud. Like, even though he didn't spend that much time at Chelsea, he's a cult favorite. I think everybody at Chelsea is a fan of Giroud, even though he came from Arsenal. Honestly, I think at this point, I may be delusional, but Giroud, like, if you think about Giroud, what jersey you think of him in, and personally, I think of him in a Chelsea jersey. Like, I think most people think of him as a Chelsea player, not an Arsenal player. Like, their right jersey, I think people think of Giroud as a Chelsea player. Like, if there was a football Hall of Fame, as in soccer Hall of Fame, Giroud would be wearing a Chelsea jersey in that plaque. I think he would be. I think he would be. I hate to see him the way he's playing right now. I do. Because, God, he's been horrible with LAFC. When he has, playing forward. Oh. Now, I will say, the good thing for him, playing forward. Palmer shot over the bar. Even you. Well, he's a backup. 19th minute. He won the World Cup before being a Chelsea player. That's true. Jackson's a fraud. Even you. I see your point. Torres sucked. He was before Giroud, and Costa. Good attempt from Palmer. I need him to score a goal. He hasn't scored a goal in 3 months. Corner. He hasn't scored a goal in 3 months. Give me a goal, Cole. Jesus Christ. Score! What happened to you? I mean, he got 2 assists at the Conference League final, but score! What happened to you? Hold up. Since when he changed his number? He changed it after the Conference League final. He changed it for this season, this upcoming season, which I guess the end of this season and the upcoming season, depending on how you look at the Club World Cup. Corner for Chelsea. He should be wearing the number 10, though. He should be. It'd be nice if he could score wearing it, but playing forward. Shot blocked. And speaking of players on this jersey, Hazard just left. I love Eden Hazard, but Hazard had just left, so I couldn't have Hazard on it either. Well, I mean, he did score in the Conference League final off his shoulder. 21st minute. So, I'm starting to find out LAFC is better than most European clubs. Or at least the ones Chelsea played at the Conference League level. They're not as good as Betis, but they're better than everybody else. Except maybe, well, I don't know. I didn't say Chelsea would. They're also better than Auckland City. So I'm starting to feel, hey, Spurs could take him. Spurs could take Jackson. I'm starting to figure out LAFC is better than anybody Chelsea played during the Conference League, save for Betis. What if Chelsea wins? They're not winning 5 or 6-0. Some of those games they won 5 or 6-0. They probably won't even win this game more than 3-0. 3-1 still sounds like a good prediction, but so LAFC is better than Copenhagen. LAFC is better than Noah. LAFC is better than Heidenheim. LAFC is better than Djurgården. LAFC is better. I don't know. They're probably right there with Legia Warsaw, I would say. I don't know if they're better than Legia Warsaw. If they win, I guess they are. Or draw, I guess they are. But they're not better than Betis. Also, Chelsea got the easy side of the bracket, so that helps. They're better than Panathinaikos. Chelsea got top 4 in the Prem. I know. Tackle. Free kick. How? No, that's a bad call. That's a bad call, sir. It's a bad call. They're below Fiorentina and Betis. Well, I'm talking about the teams Chelsea played. I'm talking about the teams Chelsea played. We watched all those games, remember? We watched all those games. All of them. Because, I mean, might as well draw a call, right? Like, we watched all those games. All the Conference League games. Oh, this game's doing better. But the final did okay. We watched all those Conference League games. And come to find out, 24th minute. Will you do Chelsea's Champions League matches? No. Unless they make the final. Throws forward. Sanchez. I did all the Conference League because it was a story. Sanchez, what are you doing? What are you doing? Idiot. Okay, good for him. He won't win anything else because they got rid of Ange Postecoglou. But let's also remember Tottenham's playing PSG. PSG just manhandled Atletico. Like, Atletico, honestly, right now is probably better than Inter Milan. Let's just be real. PSG just manhandled Atletico Madrid. Their last 2 games, they've manhandled a European giant. What do you think is going to happen to Thomas Frank's Tottenham? Ange Postecoglou would at least make Tottenham look respectable. But no, Daniel Levy hates winning. Well, good news for you, sir. You're going to lose the Super Cup. The first time you've ever played that game. I think, yeah, but the last time they won the UEFA Cup, I don't think the Super Cup was around. Either way, nobody's ever remembered Tottenham playing the damn Super Cup. You're going to lose that game, sir. So you're afraid of winning. But he finished 17th. They made the Champions League. Who gives a shit? Guess what? They still get a Champions League payday because they won the conference or the Europa League. Guess what? Man United didn't do that. And guess who still has a damn job? Ruben Amorim. And y'all are fine with that, right? Amorim should still have his job. Trust the process, right? But a guy who got the Champions League money, yeah, he may not have finished top 4. I don't think it was Ange's fault they finished 17th, and they still had quality enough in that squad to win a European trophy. Now, you can make a think piece about the fact that the freaking Europa final was the 15 versus 17 in the Premier League. You can make a think piece about that and what that says about European football. I don't know. Guess what? A team from France won the Champions League. So what does that think piece even mean? per se. Tottenham will win it. Pressing, overlapping, bombing up and down the pitch. Of course, they should be solid at defending if they're defending, but if they are able to run for the ball or have the ball, the speed to bomb up and down the pitch. Basically, rovers. My fullbacks are rovers. They're not wing backs. They're not fullbacks. They're rovers. Defensively, they should be sound. They shouldn't be Trent Alexander-Arnold, but they should be able to perform like a winger if they're moving up the field. Rovers. They do both. I wouldn't call that a wing back. I call a wing back somebody who has no defensive touch whatsoever. Victor Moses. Marcos Alonso. Those are wing backs. They're no good defensively, but offensively they were pretty damn awesome. Speaking of Chelsea, let's use that as a comparison, right? No, I say rovers. Basically a Richie Larea, but better offensively. Basically Richie Larea, but better offensively. Richie Larea, but better offensively. He's good at drawing penalties. He can't really do much else offensively, but he knows how to run. He runs fast, and he draws penalties. He can pass the ball. He doesn't really shoot, but, well, yeah, put in a good cross. He defends very well, too. So, basically, Richie Larea. Two Richie Lareas. Pretty much. I call them rovers. Yes. Yes, he was a coward. 2017 Chelsea. Yeah, some more like, yeah, Richie or Advincula, or like if my fullback's going to be rovers. As well as, the cool thing about TFC's back line is our fullbacks are also center backs. And also, Coelho could drop in and be more of a Regista, Mascherano type role if one of the fullbacks goes and just, once we have the ball, could play forward and attack. One of the fullbacks goes bombing forward. Coelho could drop back to set up the play. Genius. Should I? 30th minute. Swashbuckling football, baby. Movement. Movement. On the ball, off the ball, movement. Get the ball. You run at them to get the ball. You run at them to put the ball into their goal. Defensively, you run at them to get the ball. You blow past them to put the ball in the back of their net. Movement. You don't stop moving. I don't want to see no walking. You don't stop running. 30th minute. Thomas Frank, you don't have that aura, buddy. You don't have that aura, buddy. You don't have that aura. So, and he can't do that. He didn't win shit with Brentford. Last two comments between Super Cup money line. PSG 1.341, risk 100 to win, 134.10, draw 5.280. Tottenham 7.410, risk 100 to win, 741. Of course, PSG is the favorite. You'd be dumb not to take them. It's a friendly, but you'd be dumb not to take them. Over 325, 2.2, 2.020. Under 3.25, 1.8. I'd take the over. The way PSG's acting, I'd take the over. Pedro Neto and Madueke, what a combination. Dzeko is still playing. Honestly, yes. Chelsea's definitely, I don't know what the hell. Dzeko's going to Fiorentina. Well, good for him. Playing forward. Neto is awesome. He's awesome. Playing forward. Palmer. Chelsea has the possession. Switches the play. Madueke is... Madueke tried to set that up well. Lavia. 33rd minute. They deserve only 4. Why does CONMEBOL get 6 spots? They only deserve 4. No, they deserve 6 spots. 33rd minute. Now, speaking of CONMEBOL, I kind of wonder what they're going to do for the World Cup, the 2030 World Cup. Like, are they going to have CONMEBOL qualifiers and just take out the 3 teams who get the host game and then just do a smaller CONMEBOL qualifiers and, like, the top 4 advance and then the 5th gets to play in or whatever? Or they just say every CONMEBOL team's in? Because there's 3 teams who don't even qualify. Like, 10th place goes to the playoff. Everybody goes in from CONMEBOL, 10th place, and the eliminatorias goes to the playoff. Where they basically say no qualifiers, everybody goes. Playing forward. Shot, goal! Pedro Neto, 1-0. There we go, baby. What a shot. Low and in. Pedro Neto, 1-0. "34th minute. There it is. Onside. Plays it forward. Takes a run and just boom, short side. Takes a touch, cuts in, short side, boom. Lovely. 1-0. 1-0. That individual effort, though. He's so good. And you question me calling Neto awesome? Well, it's MLS defending. What do you expect? You didn't complain about it during the Conference League, you Euro snob. You didn't complain about Gent's defending. Neto cooked some dudes from Central Europe, the center of Europe. You didn't complain about it when Astana happened, Euro snob. LAFC's defending is better than those teams. Guess what? They haven't allowed as many as those teams did yet. Probably won't. It still stands. LAFC is better than most of those Conference League teams Chelsea played. We watched all those games. I didn't hear you complaining about the defensive abilities of Astana, of Shamrock Rovers, Euro snob. I didn't hear you complaining about that. Heidenheim. Why are the players slipping? Well, they're playing on turf. Why would I be rooting for LAFC over Chelsea? Like, LAFC, yeah, when they play the other 2 teams, I'll be rooting for them. But not against Chelsea. Let me have this. This is the one team I'm like, don't embarrass yourself, but I still want Chelsea to win, you know? Like LAFC, I don't want you to embarrass yourself, but Chelsea, I still want them to win. So far, both's being accomplished. So far, LAFC hasn't embarrassed themselves, and Chelsea's winning. Good. I mean, it's hard to embarrass yourself after what Auckland City pulled, but, you know, Ordaz, they're checking him for a concussion. I think that's fair. I didn't say you did. I was talking about Alex. Well, I said that about the whole damn team. Watch the Conference League stream. I said that about everybody. When the team was losing, I was calling them trash and I was losing my mind. When they were winning, I was absolutely over the moon. Like, hey, these guys are awesome. It was the whole team. Look at the Conference League final. Look at the Legia Warsaw second leg. Those were the 2 times I lost my damn mind during the Conference League because they were losing. Everything else, I was pretty happy. And then when they would win the final and they come back and win, I was pretty happy. They haven't lost. They weren't losing yet, so I was down the middle. Out for a corner for LAFC, so pretty much another one. You're biased. I didn't say I wasn't. Look at where Chelsea's fallen. They're back in the Champions League, so. Substitution. Would be so good if LAFC had Javaro right now, you know. Martinez on for LAFC. They don't have Javaro yet. He wasn't on the bench. Cross in. They signed him for a month-long loan, and they don't have him. What a mistake. 39th minute. Free kick for LAFC. 1-0 for Chelsea. 1-0. You know, I'm happy to start seeing MLS teams have bespoke number sets for non-MLS competition. Can we continue this? Is Colwell a good player? Yes. Levi Colwell is a very good player. He kind of does. Like, Nathan Ordaz kind of looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, he kind of does. I can see what you're saying. He kind of does. He's from El Salvador, yes. But the Club World Cup takes what is it? Priority over the Gold Cup. So funny how Zendejas ain't even playing for the USA though. What's going on with him? Like, you think they would have called up Zendejas since America didn't make it, but, you know, whatever. 40th minute. Playing forward. Shouldn't he be playing for his country? FIFA made the Club World Cup have higher priority than the Gold Cup. So, for CONCACAF players, if they're on a club that's in the Club World Cup, they have to be playing at the Club World Cup. Mostly MLS teams are affected by that, but Canada even is because of Eustachio. And if Davies was healthy, they would have been affected by that with Davies. But you know what? I don't mind it anyway. See, that's why I wasn't so mad when he tore his ACL. He wouldn't have been playing this summer anyway for Canada. And they play better without him anyway. Canada plays better without Davies anyway. So, I'm not mad at all. True, but 41st minute. Honestly, Canada plays better without Davies. So, see, that's why I hated it for him. I hated it for Alfonso that he blew out his ACL. But I wasn't mad about it considering he would have never played for Canada this summer anyway. Excuse me. Because Bayern was in the Club World Cup. And if he went to Madrid, Madrid was in the Club World Cup. So I knew he wanted to play for Canada anyway. But then again, Canada plays better without Davies anyway. Very poorly attended game. Empty stadiums continue. I could have told you that was going to happen. They're playing in Atlanta. LAFC is playing in Atlanta against Chelsea. It would have been Lyon, Chelsea, in Atlanta, but then whatever happened, happened. Hell, I think America would have done better in Atlanta. See, if America won that playoff, it wouldn't be as empty. To the point, does any Liga MX team or MLS team win against a European team? Inter beats Monterrey tomorrow 3-1. Will you be calling the game? No, I'm just calling the Canada group games in the Gold Cup. So. I could, but maybe it'll be on as a double. Not as a double like advertised, but maybe I'll have it up on the other screen. But like focused on it, no. Maybe we talk about it, but not focused on it, not reviewing it, no. I think they will tomorrow. Well, didn't they just do that against Ukraine? But they'll do it again tomorrow. I think they'll play them together tomorrow. Canada plays tomorrow, boys. '44th minute. Cole Palmer. Cole. It's a turf pitch. That's the problem. Yeah, and Porto drew Palmeiras 0-0. Free kick for LAFC. Yeah, the problem with LAFC is they're actually a professional team. Auckland City got their shit rocked because they're a semi-pro team. They were always going to get their shit rocked. I didn't think LAFC was going to get their shit rocked by Chelsea. Chelsea would win, but rock their shit? No. Miami, well, they played Al Ahly, but they could beat Porto. Like, yeah, no, Porto's a clown show. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I think I did say. Either way, I can see Miami beating Porto. Porto's a clown show. Porto's a clown show. Free kick. 1 more minute to go. Over the top. Brought down. Cleared away. Corner. .30 seconds to go. Semi-pro and amateur means the same damn thing. You do realize that, right? Jackson plays it forward. Chelsea. Cross in. Neto. Scale of 1 to 10, 3. Halftime, 1-0 Chelsea, 3. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. 1-0 Chelsea, 1-0 miro tiempo. Pedro Neto, thank you, sir. 45 more minutes. There's still a second half. Sit tight, be back. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight, we will be back. 1-0. We're back for the stats at the half. 66% possession to 34% possession. 9 shots to 1. 3 shots on goal to 1. We have 345 accurate passes, 92% to 165, 85%. 7 fouls to 4. 2 corners to 1. 9 shots to 1. 3 shots on goal to 1. We have 373 passes to 195, 92% pass accuracy to 85. We have 7 throws to 7. We have 0 offside to 2. 2 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards, 0. We have 1-0 score. A 1-0 score between Chelsea and LAFC. Chelsea, been the better team. LAFC's definitely, both teams have honestly slipped on that turf pitch. But Chelsea's the better team. LAFC have tried to shithouse this game for sure. Chelsea doesn't exactly have the finishing touch that you would expect them to have for a European team against an MLS team. I think LAFC is trying to use shithousery to make sure this doesn't get totally out of hand. They haven't embarrassed themselves yet. Neto made a really good play to get the first goal. And I think Chelsea could score more. I think a 3-1 Chelsea win still on the table, but we'll see how the next 45 goes. How we doing? How we doing, Captain? Waiting for the second half to start. It's also Chelsea performance. I mean, is it good enough? It could be better. It could be better. I'm not the happiest with it. They're winning. I would hope they get up 2 or 3 goals at the end of the game. Suriname, they're solid, but they shot themselves in the foot 3 times, and that's why they lost. Suriname played well, but they allowed Costa Rica to capitalize on 3 mistakes. One of those goals, the third goal by Alcacer, that was just a lucky goal. But if Costa Rica wasn't as lucky and they didn't capitalize on the mistakes, Suriname would have won that game. But you can't make 3 mistakes and shoot yourself in the foot 3 times in one game and hope to win. It's just impossible to do. I thought Suriname played well, but 3 mistakes and 1 lucky goal made them lose. They deserve better than what happened. Could they grab second place in the group in the Club World Cup or the World Cup qualifiers? Let's go back there. I mean, I could see them giving Guatemala and El Salvador a hard time. I could see Suriname giving El Salvador, honestly beating El Salvador. and giving Guatemala a hard time. It's possible. I wouldn't say they're out of it. Winning the group would be very hard. But them getting second place, it's definitely a 50-50 proposition in my book. After that performance, though, if they just keep playing like that. Okay. She knows hockey, but I disagree. Yeah. The Panthers are winning the series, but again, as I said, the better team doesn't always win. Go with that where you will. Well, no, Suriname is CONCACAF, but it'd be awesome to see CONMEBOL come to the Gold Cup. Suriname dominated the match, but he was right. 3 of their goals did come from y'all's mistakes. He should have said y'all did. You were honestly the better team for most of the match, but y'all did screw up 3 times. And then they got lucky to make it 4. Well, the third to tie it up was lucky. Then the penalty happened, which was a mistake. But it should have been 3-3 is what I'm saying. But you can't make 3 mistakes and hope to win. And that goes for anybody. It doesn't go just for a minnow. It doesn't go for the big boys. You can't make 3 mistakes and be that sloppy. Any chance for Bolka today? I say, well, possibly. I still think Benfica's the favorite, but wouldn't shock me if they got some out of it. Yeah. It makes Mexico look better. I didn't disagree with that. See, I didn't disagree with that. The Panthers are the better team in the Stanley Cup final. But as I said, sometimes the better team doesn't win. You have to win 4 games. They've only won 3. They could still lose 2 in a row and lose the series. It almost happened last year. They lost 3 in a row. They had a 3-0 lead. People said they were the better team. The Oilers wake up. The Oilers win 3 in a row. Take it 7, lose game 7. It almost happened last year. We've been here before. Somewhat. We've somewhat been here before. Enzo Fernandez coming on for Lavia. We've been here before. Reece James is off and Romeo Lavia is off for Enzo Fernandez and Malo Gusto. Well, I expected Malo. Yesterday, I saw some passages for competitive European football from Palmeiras. Yeah, Palmeiras did well. They should have won that game. Frankly. Fair enough. Also, shouldn't have played Dykesteel for a half. I agree, but it was supposed to be Leon versus Chelsea. And then even America versus Chelsea probably would have been better off in Atlanta. And then LA won. And I guess they couldn't move the game to LA. Honestly, they should have swapped the game to LA or to Atlanta that wasn't being played by Chelsea. And swap this game to LA. But Seattle gets to play all 3 of their games in their own stadium. Miami got to play in Miami. The city of Miami, not their own stadium. Substitution for there's Chelsea subs. Second half about to start. But I agree. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm surprised they didn't allow Greenland. Like, they were talking about, we're going to allow Greenland, and then they don't do it. That shocked me. I was looking forward to it. Shows you why Libertadores has fallen. It's just Brazilian teams that win it now. Because Argentinian club football's fallen hard. It used to be Argentinians and Brazilians. Now it's just Brazilians because Argentinian club football has got so many problems. It's not even funny. Go watch Alfie HITC7's video about it. What's happening in Argentinian football. I'm not saying Argentinian football is totally trash. I'm just saying that the league has its problems monetarily and quality-wise. I mean, Boca's falling off hard. Second half about to start. Second half. I think Palmeiras could get through. I could agree. I think it's Al-Ali. Al-Ali, Palmeiras. I think that's what I had. Giroud getting his jersey. It took him freaking 2 minutes to give him his jersey. Abobasse's off for Giroud. Olivier Giroud's on for Jeremy Abobasse. 45 minutes of Giroud. We're on to see how he does. Giroud playing his former team. That Facundo Torres, Paulinho, and Vega, the bench, they all paid over $10 million for each. Oh, yeah, Facundo Torres went to Palmeiras. Yeah, he did. Excuse me. Which honestly is a failure considering he wanted to go to Europe. And then he's on the bench at the Club World Cup. Chelsea playing forward. Into the box, nothing there. All right. So, 46-minute goal kick. Paid $20 million for him. Brazilian Paulinho from Leverkusen. Because it's those freaking... I mean, because those sports bra looking things that footballers wear, like heart trackers and stuff. Like all those footballers who wear those sports bra looking things are wearing, those are how they wear their heart trackers and their cardio monitors and shit. But the only thing that really the cardio monitor is like a freaking electronic in the back of the thing or something. I guess it's easier to put it in one of those and, you know, in the back of one of those instead of like tape it to somebody, but I don't know. Like put it in the jersey. Like you could sew it to the back of the jersey. I mean, it can't be that heavy. Or into the front of the jersey, like sew it in right here, you know? Something like that. But I guess because they're warming up, I guess. Okay, it makes sense. But either way, I guess you have to do it that way. But as I realize, warming up, they probably want the data from them warming up as well. And it's not just football. I mean, I think I've seen hand egg players wear them. I think. Baseball, not really. There's not much active in baseball. Basketball, I've certainly seen it. Hockey, I'm not sure. There's so many pads anyway, it's not even funny. I agree. I think it's about time MLS gets rid of all these stupid rules. See, you know what actually grows the league, Mr. Jorge Mas? Because we all know it's you pushing this shit. You know what actually grows the league, sir? Getting rid of the stupid rules. Getting rid of the salary cap and the stupid DP rule and the stupid TAM and the stupid GAM. Make it normal. Hey, they added cash trades. Guess what that is? A transfer. A cash trade is exactly what a transfer is. Yeah, we're finally using interleague transfers, normal interleague transfers with cash trades. Guess what? That's exactly what the transfer market is. Neto, top of the box, Jackson. Oh, God. They made a meal out of that one. 50th minute. Point is, changing the calendar doesn't make this league bigger. You know what does? Getting rid of the salary cap and getting rid of all the stupid rules. Take off the training wheels. And stop pushing the frickin' European calendar shit. I know your team plays in Miami, Mr. Moss. I know. So you don't care. But guess what that does to Toronto? Worst comes to worst, even after winter break, they'd have to play frickin' 10 games in a row on the road. In the deep south. Also, New York. I know LA and Miami is what Don Garber loves, but making a schedule that only benefits you is dumb. That actually probably hurts the league more than anything. Like, they can't see the forest for the trees. What helps the league is getting rid of all these stupid rules. But the cheap owners don't want to do that wide. They'd rather do a schedule change because, we can participate in the summer window better. Okay. I mean, I understand the selling league portion of it, but stop pushing this shit. Cross away. I'd rather only go to bat for Toronto, but I mean, I know football more than Don Garber, yes. Personally, I'd rather say my idea is going to bat for Toronto, but that's just my opinion. But whether I'm a talking head, a coach, or have power, I'm going to say what I'm saying. The summer schedule, the European schedule, MLS European schedule is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. And I will say that till I die. Whether it happens or not, I will say it till they shut the hell up. I will say it till they shut the hell up about the European schedule. It is dumb. It does not fit this country. It does not fit the climate of this continent. Should never happen. You want to actually grow the league? Stupid. Get rid of the stupid TAM, GAM, thank you, ma'am, DP, salary cap, all of it. Get rid of it. The draft is fine. The super draft is fine. The rest of it, no. Cash trades, that was a good step. Good. Get rid of the salary cap or have one like the NHL where it's like $115, $120 million. And then get rid of TAM, GAM, DPs, U22s, all of that. All of that. That's what grows the league. You get better players. It doesn't matter what window you have. You still get better players. And with the way the schedule, the season's set up, guess what? Even if you get those players in the summer, you could still make a run. It's not about the schedule. It's about the freaking roster rules. But nobody says this. It's because you cheat, Mr. Robert Kraft. And as long as Miami gets what they want, I guess they're happy. Make Miami happy, right? Hate to tell you, when Messi's gone, nobody will matter. Pass the post. I hate to tell you, when Messi's gone, Miami won't matter anymore. If the Miami, I guarantee you, if Messi fans stay watching this league, they're not going to be Miami fans. They're actually going to make a decision for themselves. The Messi fans who stay fans of this league once he leaves will not stay Miami fans. Even if he owns a part of the team. They'll make a decision for themselves. Because those are the Messi fans who actually can make a decision for themselves. The ones who can't will just stop watching MLS like they stopped watching PSG. There are Messi fans who could actually make a decision for themselves. Those ones, if they keep watching the league, some may stay Miami fans, some won't. Wide. Point is, Miami's going to be a joke. Well, exactly. Except the USL actually doesn't really have strict rules. That's the funny part. The USL, I mean, of course, there's probably a cap, but the USL doesn't have strict rules. Like, you have more freedom building a USL roster and an MLS roster. Guess what? The USL is the second tier. Well, for now. They'll have a first-tier league that goes up against MLS and then still have the second-tier league. But again, so I like Apple TV, though. I don't think Apple TV was such a bad idea, okay? I get why you don't like it. Apple TV wasn't such a bad idea. RSNs, regional sports networks, are a joke now. I think MLS, it's good that they have a streaming service. Now, I will agree. Apple TV's for diehards. I will agree. They probably should still have streaming agreements or stronger streaming agreements with actual TV stations like ESPN and Fox and NBC. They should put more games on those channels. I agree. But there should not be RSNs carrying these games. I think that Apple TV being the one-stop shop for everything is good. Every game's on there. But there should be more games on linear TV. I agree. But RSN should be a thing of the past. I think MLS made a right decision there. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, 3 months of the MLS season is overtaken by the NFL season, but playing forward. And they still play through the NHL playoffs and NBA playoffs anyway, but cross. I mean, when they start, the only game in town is MLS and spring training baseball. So, well, also NHL, end of the regular season, but like, honestly, NHL from like February to March, April doesn't really mean shit unless your team's they're tight. Like, the Leafs are always in the playoffs by February, like, since the past 10 years. We know they're in. It just depends where they finish. I'd say the best home stretch was this year's. Pretty much, yeah. Well, they're still Barca fans. I'm talking about the Messi fans who chose to watch MLS. Also foreign Messi fans. I'm talking about ones who have their own brain. Some may still watch Miami, but they're still fans of Barca. They still love Barca. They still love Barca. They hate PSG. I don't see them being fans of PSG. I've seen Messi fans, like I'll say, even the Messi fans that have their own brain, they've all said screw PSG. Like, none of them like PSG anymore. Like, it was funny. Which, honestly, it's funny because PSG is better without him, but honestly, I would love that as well. I would love that as well. Apple TV should get the rights to all the CONCACAF leagues. Champions, all the CONCACAF tournaments. You have the Leagues Cup. You have all the leagues because you're going to see them play. You have Liga MX. Yeah, no, that would be awesome. Make it a one-stop shop. I would love that. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. You already have Leagues Cup, so Liga MX already is on speed dial. Some's part of that. You get all the CONCACAF leagues because pretty much MLS and Liga MX run the Champions Cup, and if you get the rights to that, you get the rights to everything else in the club sphere. Get the women's tournaments too, sure. Get the international tournaments. Yeah. Get all the smaller leagues. Shit, I'd have a field day with that. The only thing you wouldn't have is like the Intercontinental Cup. Get the Canadian Championship. Get the USL. Make it the CONCACAF one-stop shop. Make it the CONCACAF season pass. Yeah, I'm good with that. Because LAFC wasn't supposed to be in this tournament. They just got in. This was supposed to be Leon. That's why. I still don't think Leon and Atlanta would have worked out well. America might. 60th minute, 1-0. Leon, no. America would have been the only way this game got sold out, or even close to it. I agree with that. I agree with that as well. TSN should get more game. Sportsnet as well. I think Apple TV, the idea was smart. The execution was kind of horrible. Like, that shouldn't be your barely only TV partner, except for every so often you have one game per week on Fox and TSN or something like that. You should have been a little bit more like it should have been like ESPN Plus back in the day, right? Apple TV should have been like ESPN Plus. You could still produce the games in one place, but there should have been more games on actual TV to get people to probably become a fan, and then buy Apple TV. RSN should have nothing to do with it. That was a smart play. The bad part of it is they thought, hey, all of it except one game a week could be on Apple TV if people are going to subscribe. And basically make Leagues Cup an all Apple TV thing, except for, again, one game per day. That was a mistake. Hell, the All-Star game's only on Apple TV. Every playoff game's on Apple TV except for the MLS Cup. Speaking of, that was a bad decision as well. Can't put one playoff game a day on frickin' Fox. Header. Except for MLS Cup. That was bad. Exactly. NFL does play through the playoffs, though. And the MLB, the start of the MLB playoffs, or the start of the playoffs, the MLB playoff. Good thing is, no. MLB playoffs, like the start of the playoffs, you have the MLB playoffs ending. The first part of the MLB playoffs, you have the end of the MLS season. You have the international break, and then you have the first round of the playoffs of the NFL or MLS going up against the end of the MLB playoff, the World Series and the CS. Other than that, but again, it's baseball. I love baseball, but it's not like the NFL. Also the start of the NBA and NHL seasons, but fair enough. But here comes DeLapp, about where I wanted him to come in. There you go. And Tyreek George. Let's go. Noni is off and Jackson's off. George and DeLapp are on. Let's go. Come on, DeLapp. Honestly, yes. I think that's a genius idea. The winner of Campeones Cup every year gets the Champions Cup final. That seems fairer than points. That seems fair, and you know who's getting the final. You could plan for it a little bit better. You know going in, hey, the final's going to be in X country. Or honestly, Leagues Cup. Or it's kind of like the Leagues Cup, where I said if you're doing the All-Star game before the Leagues Cup final should be in the country of the team who wins the Leagues Cup final. If Liga MX wins the All-Star game, this one counts like the MLB was, right, for a while. If the MLS wins the All-Star game, the MLS city hosts the Leagues Cup final, no matter who makes it. If it's an all-Mexican final, tough shit. You're playing in the USA, probably in LA. If a host MLS team makes the Leagues Cup final, they host the final. If Liga MX wins the All-Star game, if it's an all-MLS final, tough shit. You're going to the Azteca. If a Liga MX team makes the final, they get to host the final themselves. I think that's fair for the Leagues Cup. If you're going to do the All-Star game and have it be Liga MX MLS, that's how it should run. Make it a this one count situation. Similarly, I think the Campeones Cup should decide who gets the CONCACAF Champions Cup final, one-leg final. I think, I like that idea, actually. This one counts. Make it mean more. People would watch it more. Yeah. Evil Saka. Honestly, Saka's evil Saka, not Tyreek George. Tyreek George is face Saka at this point. Exactly. The All-Star game, if you made it mean something, if you said this one counts, and you had Liga MX versus MLS, and said this one counts because you're doing it right before the Leagues Cup, how awesome would it be if Mexico hosts the Leagues Cup final because Liga MX won the All-Star game? It give more meaning to it. They're all playing for a certain initiative. If their team, even if their team doesn't make it, the Liga MX or the Leagues Cup final would be in Azteca. But if your team makes it, your team yourself makes it to the final, if Toluca makes it to the Leagues Cup final and they're playing an MLS team, they host the final. If two Liga MX teams makes the final, the higher seeded team in the Leagues Cup seeding hosts the final. If MLS versus MLS makes it and Liga MX wins the All-Star game, Azteca. Both MLS teams go to the Azteca. How awesome would that be? That'd be scenes anyway. If the MLS wins the All-Star game, an MLS team, if it's one MLS team versus a Mexican team, that MLS team hosts the Leagues Cup final. If it's MLS versus MLS, the higher-ranked MLS team in the Leagues Cup standings hosts the final. If it's Mexico versus Mexico and the MLS won the All-Star game, I guess those Mexican teams are going to LA or Texas. Win-win situation in my book. 66 minute. The All-Star game should mean something. This one counts. Just like the MLB used to be. Just like the MLB All-Star game used to be for like 10 years. It decided the home field advantage of the World Series. The MLS All-Star game should decide who hosts the Leagues Cup final. If you want to give it a CONCACAF spot, it should be fair, right? Liga MX teams have a problem just playing all the games in MLS stadiums, right? Well, if they make a final and they win the All-Star game, they get to host the final. The final could be played in Mexico. I think that's fair. If you want to make it decided by the All-Star. I think the only way they would let it be a Mexican final, a Mexican-hosted final, is if it was decided by the All-Star game. And if it's MLS team versus MLS team in Mexico, tough shit. They're playing at the Azteca, which would still be good scenes. I don't care. That'd be awesome. I love when the All-Star game matters. El Campeones Cup could be the same way. Liam Delap, top of the box, and over the bar by Enzo Fernandez. Corner for Chelsea. What a run by Liam Delap. Man, he should have taken that himself, but that was a good run. I liked it. That's what I'm talking about. Liam Delap, you beauty. He's already that dude. Could have put it over Lloris, but free kick corner or corner played in short. Already did more than Jackson. Yep. Chelsea over the bar. Cole Palmer over the bar. 70th minute. Shot. Whoop. Chelsea, 15 shots, 5 shots on goal. LAFC, 3 shots, 2 shots on goal. I would love to see that. I would love to see a Man City-Chelsea final of the Club World Cup. And Chelsea could make Man City look like idiots again like they did in 2022. Or 2021, my bad. Real Madrid was 22. 21. What was I saying? 2021. My bad. Chelsea Champions League final 2021. They beat Man City. Hopefully 2025 Club World Cup final, they do it again. Chelsea keeps Man City from winning a trophy for at least a couple of years again. That'd be nice. How's Palmer still on the pitch? Because he hasn't been taken off yet? I wouldn't take him off. This team probably gets worse if they do, and I don't think we can afford that. Unless you want to put Christopher Nkunku on there. Delap, he stopped running with the ball. Or, well, Christopher Nkunku's still on the squad. This is true. Oh, they only have 1 sub left, actually. 1 window. Oh, 2 windows, 1 sub. Shot over the bar. They only have 1 sub left. Also, injuries are possible, so you got to be careful with that. What's Cucurella so far ahead? He's a beast, though, but he's like second striker at times. Man, Cucurella saved Chelsea's ass a good couple of times this year. I won't complain. Cucurella, dude's a damn good player. I was wrong about him. Like, last summer, I'd say since March of last year, I've seen the error of my ways hating on Cucurella. He's a damn good player. That dude, he's a gamer. Man's a gamer. Man's a gamer. He does all he can to make his team win, whether it's Spain or Chelsea. That man cares. Like, he's got a competitive spirit. The likes you barely see nowadays. Cucurella's got a freaking brain that... Dude's got the brain of Jimmy Neutron. You know? He doesn't have the haircut, but it's close. He could if he wanted to. Think. Brain blast. Evil Saka got locked up. Cucurella's awesome. For a while, he didn't look good at Chelsea, but then around March of last year, he just started becoming the Cucurella we know now. And then the Euros happened. Yeah, he's a little bit cringy. That chant was bad. The Holland chant was stupid. But ever since March of last year, man, Cucurella's been on a different level. Dude's world class. At first, I didn't like him. At first, I thought he was a Brighton flop they signed because Chelsea wants to be the rich Brighton. Nah, this kid's world class. Drop ball for Chelsea. What about hairstyle by Danny Phantom? Well, they've been offside a good couple of times, but either way, they're still winning. 74th minute. I didn't say anybody else. I said Cole Palmer's world class. Cucurella's world class. Enzo, at his best, he is. He isn't always. We just got Liam Delap. Tyreek George can be world class. Not yet, but can be. And should I say Caicedo's world class? Screw it. I'll say it. Caicedo's world class. 74th minute. Delap is not world class. Caicedo's world class. Neto, good, not world class. He's good. When I look at a world class winger, Eden Hazard. If you're you gotta be Eden Hazard for me to say you're a world class at the wing. He's good. Yeah, but he's always injured. That's the problem. I've stopped being delusional about Reece James. Stop being injured. When he's healthy, great. Playing forward, Delap. Foul, free kick. I've stopped being delusional about Reece James. Actually, stop being made of glass. I've stopped being delusional about that. He can't be world class because he's injured all the time. He's good when he's on, but he's injured all the time. I've stopped hoping he'll stop getting injured because he won't. He's made of glass. He's made of glass. Man's made of glass. I've stopped being delusional about that. And it sucks because he's proper Chelsea, but you know. Well, the question should be managed because I'd be better at that, but Toronto. Question should be managed. I'd be better at that. Well, that's what happens when you get injured like 30 times in 4 years. Yep. Then he got injured 40 times in like 4 years. Every time he turned around, injury. He comes back, injury. Reece James comes back, injury. I'm surprised he played as many games in a row as he did once he just came back. He'll get injured sometime during this tournament. Not that I want to see it, but it'll happen. Bouanga. Good clearance. Shot. Martinez. Shot. Wide. Bouanga puts it wide. I mean, Chelsea should have won. I mean, if Drogba played, they would have won. No, he'll do better than that. He'll score like 20. Just in the Prem itself. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Man, D Rose. I'm not a Chicago Bulls fan, but D Rose was that dude. And then he got hurt to hell and back. Like, I'm not even a Chicago Bulls fan. I'm a Toronto Raptors fan. And I was also a fan of Kobe when he was growing up. When I was growing up, I should say. Like, if the Raptors sucked, I watched Kobe. D Rose almost became that guy as well. Like, for a while there, like, I enjoyed watching Derrick Rose. And his ass got hurt. Well, it didn't hurt. Either way, never was a Bulls fan, but I liked Derrick Rose, and it sucks. Goal! Chelsea! 2-0! Enzo Fernandez makes the run and just slots it home. But, man, it sucks how Derrick Rose went down. 2-0 Chelsea. I was saying he was. I said he was. I was giving him props. Is Bouanga just made for CONCACAF? Yeah, I would say so. Delap already got an assist. There we go, baby. Enzo Fernandez, 2-0. Dos a cero. Delap with a cross in. Enzo Fernandez just like butter. Smooth like butter. Boom. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. 2-0. Dos a cero. 80th minute. Non-goal this season. Oh, so they counted his last season. Okay. So they count the Club World Cup as last season because they just said 9 goals for Enzo Fernandez this season. Okay. So that's counting as 2024-25 then. Not 25-26. Okay. That's something. But I guess you could kind of count the World Cup as the season before. Like when the men's World Cup saved, clear the ball. Good. 81st minute. I guess you could count the actual World Cup as the same thing, though. Jackson, you have competition. Delap was always better. Delap was always better. I understand, and you should. I understand why, and you should be. And I'm not saying that in a way that I want to see you hurting. I know you should be hurting because I've hurt the same way. There have been matches that I've been hurt for weeks. Honestly, I'm still hurt from the CCL final in 2018. I'm still mad about that. I'm still hurting from that. Like, I like to say that the wound scabbed over, but, well, I don't know about you, but I do like to pick at scabs. I do pick at scabs. So, I don't know about you, but come on, we've all done it. We've all picked at scabs. We've all done it. When we get a cut, we've all picked at scabs. We've all done it. But maybe that's neurodivergence. I don't know. But, or acne scabs as well. But either way. Dude. I don't think LAFC was that bad. I don't think Miami was that bad. Oh, Asugo is playing. Oh, Asugo is going to play. Caicedo off. Oh, well, he is playing. Wait, didn't Chelsea make 4 subs? Delap, Gusto, Fernandez, George. They only have, Jesus. Palmer off and Kunku and Asugo on. Isn't there only 5 subs? Did somebody get a concussion? Did we have a concussion sub or something? I know LA did. Sounders did the best from MLS so far. That's true. That should have been a penalty. How was that not a PK? '84th minute. Am I crazy? Was that the 6th sub? Exactly. So. That's why I love the Club World Cup and the Intercontinental Cup, because I'm not European. Because I love to see the underdogs win. I love a challenge. Personally, I love a challenge. I love to see the underdogs win. If I was coaching an underdog, I want them to win. Stick it to the Euro snobs, boys. That's why I'm saying. We can win. We can win. And we'll stick it to them. And if they want to cope and say it doesn't matter, well, screw them. They don't know shit about shit. They don't know shit about shit. Take their imperialist jackass mindset and stick it straight up their candy ass. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. For 6 minutes. Does that even really matter? 85th minute. I mean, I guess it does. You can be good in 6 minutes, but 6 minutes is like, yeah, go out there. We got this. You're good. Don't totally fuck up, but you're good. I'd hate to be subbed in for like 6 minutes. Like, let me tell you, I would hate. Buwanga should have scored a hat trick by now. He would have any other MLS CONCACAF club. He would have. I'm surprised Buwanga didn't score. Like, I'm going to say this. You know, I would not want to be a player who got subbed on for 6 minutes. Like, that just doesn't seem... That's out for a corner. That just doesn't seem good. That seems sad. Like, that just seems sad. You know? Marlon and Yayaboa coming on for LAFC. For Marky Delgado. Goat lap. 86-minute Euros. Copa America. They don't criticize the Euros or Copa America. Well, that's why I really wanted Canada to... Well, they did pretty well, and I didn't hear no back talk last year. And hopefully if they do another USA Copa corner, hopefully Canada goes back and I don't hear no save back talk there. That's exactly what LAFC is. See, here's the funny part. This exactly shows you what LAFC is. Denny Buwanga and friends. And LAFC didn't look so bad, but Buwanga was their best player. This is exactly what they are. Denny Buwanga and friends. Goal kick for Lloris. Denny Buwanga and friends. Just MLS, it works. CONCACAF, it normally works, except for play it forward. Except for Miami, the second leg. Fair. Panama, Guadeloupe. We'll be live for Panama, Guadeloupe at 6. We'll be live for Jamaica, Guatemala, and we'll review Jamaica, Guatemala. We have 2 RSRs today, which technically is 3, considering that double came out earlier, like after midnight. So the second of 3, Chelsea, LAFC, will review this game, and then we'll review Jamaica, Guatemala. Just the live stream for Guadeloupe, Panama. That's true. That's true. 89th minute. That is true. LAFC are losing 2-0. Not bad at all. Canada plays tomorrow. Can't wait. We're only covering Canada's group in the Gold Cup tomorrow. No Club World Cup stuff. Probably because it is a Canada Day. Mm. 89th minute. Matter of time before he plays in Europe or Saudi. Saudi more likely. Dude's already like 28. Buwanga's already like 28. Saudi. He's going to go Julian Quinones. I know it could be Cristiano Ronaldo's replacement, Denny Buwanga. If he leaves LAFC, he's leaving to Saudi. Well, he just said he wanted Boca to win. I can't. I hope the Halaban wins. Come on, Halaban and Pascal Siakam. Come on, Halaban and Pascal Siakam. Come on. See how much stoppage time? 3 minutes. Save. Come on. We don't want OKC to win. I don't think anybody wants OKC to win but OKC. The Halaban will prevail. The Halaban will prevail. The Halaban will prevail. Glory. Glory to the Halaban. All glory to the Halaban. How we doing, Blitzo? 91st minute. Does anybody else think the Sacramento Kings made a mistake by letting Tyrese Halliburton go? Or is the Sacramento Kings just a poverty franchise? It will always be a poverty franchise. Well, except for that one time in the early 2000s. Poverty franchise. Poverty franchise. The Sacramento Kings will forever be a poverty franchise. Except for that one time in the early 2000s. But then again, I'm sure somebody said that about the Toronto Raptors back in the day, and they were wrong. So, who knows? One minute to go. Sergei Palencia gets a yellow. I'm confused. What did I miss? I'm not sure either. I'm not sure either. I was saying the Halaban's going to win. That's what I was saying. I was saying Sacramento's a fraudulent franchise or poverty franchise. Down in the box, no penalty. That was a dive. Real world, Well, that's most classes. When are you going to apply that knowledge in the real world? I haven't done a slope intercept form since I left high school. I haven't done parabola since I left high school. And full-time. No. Full-time, 2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 esta noche. Lovely. With that being said, there you go. 2-0, 2-0. How we doing, Sean? Hey, he's alive. All hail the Halaban. With that being said, 2-0 Chelsea. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. Subscribe. Send chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you later. First of all, within the hour for the review of this match. Then we'll be live for Guadalupe, Panama, Guadalupe at 6 o'clock. I'll see you then. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. With that being said, I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. Let's go.